It could be a pretty short evening for Naceur and Belhaj unless they can really pull something out of the bag on this historic occasion for Tunisian beach volleyball. And they've got the first point. And they could probably do with a little bit of a head start against those two in yellow. Belhaj trying to save it, unable to do so. The first Brazilian point for this team in the tournament is earned via the spike of Pedro. And Evandro on serve gets so high above the ball here, 6'11". Dug out by Naceur. He tries to help it over. Pedro had retreated deep. And there's that height at the net of Evandro. Try finding a way around that. And the last point went the way of the Tunisians, and so does that one too. So how about this for a start? Their first taste of World Tour action, their first taste of the World Championships, and they have taken 3 of the first 4 points against this very promising and somewhat experienced Brazilian duo. Evandro on hand to slice that one just beyond the reach of Belhaj, who is so frustrated he couldn't get there. There goes Belhaj rising, but rising right in the face of Evandro. And that one directed out by the block. Tunisia getting the breaks early on. Brazil trail at the first change of ends, 3-4. And it's been a confident start from Naceur and Belhaj. A bit of support for the Brazilians here. And I told you the temperature was dropping. The flag used as a duvet. A little tip by Pedro off the fingertips of Naceur, who couldn't rise enough. They do give up an awful lot of height. The Tunisian team, 6'3" and 6'4" versus 6'4.5" and 6'11". Back-to-back points for Brazil to get them level. There's the joust at the net. Saved by Evandro. And Evandro had all of the power to give Brazil the lead. And there's the run that's got Brazil back ahead, 3 of the last 4 points. That one a little wide of the mark from Tria Belhaj. They've qualified for their country's first ever World Championships appearance by winning gold at the African qualifier event. Naceur and Belhaj defeated pairs from Ghana and South Africa along the way. It's long the serve from Evandro, so Tunisia get back within 1. certainly giving a good account of themselves so far. Pedro rising with real authority to hammer it down and restore Brazil's 2-point advantage. Kept alive at the net by Naceur. There goes Pedro again. Can't find his range that time, so Tunisia get back within one again. "13 points in, you can't count it as a lucky start from the Tunisians. They got a few breaks early on, but they are keeping up with the Brazilians here. They will lose that joust to the net though. Pedro gets the call. And as we reach the second change of ends, Brazil have that 2-point advantage, but so much heart and fight shown from the Tunisians so far. They feel like they can give Pedro and Evandro a match here. Oh, Pedro was superbly placed. Mohamed Naceur absolutely helpless at the net, really. Pedro almost put the ceiling up. Nowhere to go for him. Well, that's a lovely touch, but it's just wide of the mark. You can see exactly what he was trying to do, Mohamed Naceur. It's so difficult to find those spaces on the court with the length of Evandro at nearly 6'11", just trying to get there. And he rightly says it was out. Brazil take the point and lead 10-6. That's another touch. That's off the mark by Naceur. It's not going his way at the moment. It's not going the way of the Tunisians, who, for the first time in this first set, in their first World Championships and first World Tour match, they have to stare down the barrel of a bit of Brazil momentum. They can't end it either. Well, they can. That one just in. It looked to be long from Naceur. He's misplaced a couple recently. Let's have a look at this one, right between the two Brazilians. Just finding the line. Oh, lovely touch from Pedro, but that was off the mark that time. Very much in the same way that Mohamed Naceur's was not too long ago. Right idea, just a little bit too much on it. Tunisia have won back-to-back points now and got within 3 of Brazil. And it's going to be long from Belhaj, so Brazil have a 4-point lead again. Well, he's already the tallest player on court, but to get that slice of good fortune as well. Naceur and Belhaj left shaking their heads. So they have a decent lead, Pedro and Evandro. Despite a good start from Naceur and Belhaj, it is the Brazilian pair that lead by 5, 13-8, as we reach the technical timeout. The sun setting off to the right here in Rotterdam. And the moon now out right above the SS Rotterdam on the far side. Getting colder, but still very comfortable. A very comfortable playing temperature for these four on court. Just a few hoodies and jackets needed in the crowd. Wonderfully clear skies above the SS Rotterdam. It was a fantastic shot earlier when the sun was to the right of the boat, the moon to the left. Really good conditions expected all week long here in Rotterdam. Pedro with the hammer blow. Superb angle, plenty of power. And Brazil re-established their advantage here. 14-9, 5-point Brazilian lead. And make it 6. Evandro's serve had plenty of power on it, and the ricochet of Belhaj couldn't help it into the path of Naceur. You just get the impression that Brazil is starting to pull away, playing really only in second or third gear at the moment. And Evandro with the ace right down the centre of the defence. They both left it, they both looked at each other. Disappointment etched on the faces of the Tunisian duo right now. Disappointment on the face of Evandro too. Won't be happy after the ace to find the net. And Mohamed Naceur does just the same, so Brazil lead by 7 again. They're closing in on the first set here. It's almost a bit of an evening stroll in Rotterdam for them right now. Nothing easy about that one, though. Pedro trying to help it over the top. And the fault called on Tunisia, so Brazil pick up another point. They're within 3. Well, we knew it was going to be such a tough ask for Mohamed Naceur and Belhaj Salah, and it is proving to be just that. After they made a confident start, Brazil have just notched it up and have really taken over in this first set. So Evandro not happy. He thought the call should have gone in Brazil's favour. Tunisia get what is becoming now a rare point in this first set for them. Just interfered with the ball on the opposite side of the court. The score is 18-11 to Brazil. And now make it 19-11 after that last point. Naceur having to stretch. Did well to save it there by Evandro. Pedro trying to touch it. And again, now with more power, down the line, and it's in. Brazil just 1 point away from taking the first set. It looks an absolute certainty now. Remember, you can get in touch with us using the hashtag FIVB World Champs. Join the conversation here at these Beach Volleyball World Championships. And Pedro with the block at the net. And Brazil take the first set with relative ease against the Tunisian team making their debut in the competition. They've taken it 21-11. And making short work of Mohamed Naceur and Belhaj, who stuck with them for the first half of the set, but Brazil then pulled away, went on a big run. And they have learned just how tough it is going to be on the World Tour and at these World Championships. So Pedro and Evandro take the first set with a big scoreline. You can see how they've done it just there. 8 more on the serves and a couple more errors as well from the Tunisians, who are just finding their feet at this level. Now facing the prospect of a must-win set against the team ranked second on the FIVB World Tour. Pedro getting Brazil off to a perfect start in this second set. And the Brazilians have been getting better and better. The Tunisians have been getting weaker and weaker. And you just wonder if those trends will continue in this second set, or if Naceur and Belhaj can find a second win from somewhere. Well, they thought they might have been able to find a bit of luck, but they can't even get that. So the score 2-0, Brazil getting awarded that point. Evandro did so well to reach it. Now he'll attack it too. And he finds the court and finds the third straight point at the start of the second set for Brazil, so they have continued their momentum from winning the first. And the run goes on and on and on. Make it 4 straight at the start of the second set. And they look beaten already, and that's to be said. And no shame in that. Many will fall to this team of Pedro and Evandro. They really are an impressive new team put together for this season. 12 seeds in the competition, but with real aspirations of reaching the podium. Timeout called, Brazil having won the first 5 points of the second set, and don't really have to say anything. Those expressions say it all. Mohamed Naceur and Belhaj not saying a word to each other and wondering what, if anything, they can do. We're in the shadow of the SS Rotterdam cruise ship, known as the Grand Dane, the former flagship of the Holland-America route. And they're a team in yellow who are hoping this match is the start of their route towards the podium. And it looks set to be a winning start to the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships for Pedro and Evandro of Brazil. It's been a winning day for the fans. And they thoroughly enjoyed the win for the home country duo of Brouwer and Meyerson just before this match. And the world champions getting off to a good start in defence of their title. Well, that's exactly what they needed off the timeout. They didn't say a word to each other, but it made some kind of a difference. And a set from Naceur. And a hammer blow from Belhaj. There goes Pedro looking to return the favour, and does. Real enthusiasm from the two men in yellow. They want to put this one to bed quickly. They want to send out a bit of a message and say to the other teams in Pool L that they are here and they mean business. And that one got a touch off Evandro as it went for the block, so Tunisia pick up their second point of the second set, get within 4. Just there off the inside of the left forearm. Pedro able to touch it over the top of Naceur and restore the Brazilian 5-point lead. Down right onto the line by Pedro. Pinpoint precision from the Brazilian #1. Couldn't have been better placed from Pedro. And Brazil stretched the lead to 6. Evandro then finding the net with his serve, so Tunisia given the break of the 3rd point. Evandro disappointed. Still very young, 24 years of age. Such an imposing figure. The more experienced he gets, it will be a huge plus for Brazil. As a beach volleyball nation, they do produce some of the finest players, the most dominant nation in the history of this tournament. There was, however, Ricardo Santos and Alvaro Filo, who were shocked in the men's final 2 years ago by the Dutch duo of Alexander Brouwer and Robert Meyerson. Brazil will be wanting some revenge here on Dutch soil. No doubt Pedro and Evandro have the chance to try and do that. Naceur and Belhaj won't give up without a fight here. Evandro just towering above the net with so much power. The block was well placed, got plenty on it, but just helpless to try and direct it back across the net. Brazil lead by 6 as the teams change ends, 10-4. Both of those players in yellow have gone as far as the quarterfinals in this competition, but with different partners. Evandro did it 2 years ago in Poland. Pedro did it in 2013 as well as in Rome in 2011, so they have experience on their side. Evandro, that is a hammer blow right to the Tunisian heart. Just to knock the stuffing out of them when it seems they've almost got nothing left. The Brazil lead grows to 7. They're across the halfway point in this second set. 4 of the last 6 points. And Tunisia will get one back here, though. And the pattern that's developing is the old Tunisian point here and there, but 2 or 3 in a row for Brazil, and Tunisia need to find a way of turning that round. That's the only way of getting back into this. It doesn't look as though that's going to happen. Pedro getting the touch off his opponent and winning another point for Brazil. They've done well just to get it across there, Tunisia. And Evandro will just take them out. They play 3 matches in the pool, these two teams. I think the aim for Naceur and Belhaj coming into the tournament would surely have been just to pick up a win. The first time their country has competed at the World Championships, they will want to be the first Tunisian players to get a win at the World Championships, but there's no chance, it appears, of that happening here in the first match. Pedro getting the touch off his opposite number. And Brazil lead by 8. 2/3 of the way there, 14-16. And we're 1 point away from the technical timeout in this second set. Oh, so well saved by Pedro on defense and then finished off on offense after Evandro helped it back to him. And it's Brazil that keep on rolling into the technical timeouts, keep on stretching their lead. Wonderful defensive and offensive play that time from Pedro. And they certainly do seem to have a bit of everything, this Brazilian team, all of the elements to try and challenge, but they won't get a real test until their second match of the competition, you feel. It's a nice warm-up for them. They lead 15-16 in the second set, having taken the first 21-11. 6 points away from taking the match and making a winning start here at the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships. Joining together as a team this season, they started the campaign with 4 Final Four finishes on the Brazil National Tour, including a couple of golds. Then won silver at the Moscow Grand Slam in their first World Tour event, and then gold at the major event in Norway earlier this month as well. They have looked impressive coming into this tournament, and they are making an impressive and dominating start. And that was a dominating finish by Belhaj. And Evandro says, anything you can do, I can do too. And the Brazilian lead is 9 points. He's so big, but he moves so well too, Evandro. He powered right down into Pedro, and he didn't know where it was, deflected right up into the crowd. And 2 points in the last 3 for Tunisia. They can take a bit of heart from that. Brazil just edging closer and closer, though, to this victory. 17-8, 4 points away. Bumped back up by Evandro. Pedro, who's just as accomplished, going for the spike as his teammate is. So many weapons. Evandro played in 10 events last season with Vitor Felipe. Their best result, 5th in Moscow, although they did win gold in Berlin and silver in Moscow the previous season. Pedro played in 9 events with Emanuel Rego, further 2 with Alvaro Filo last season, including a gold in Poland. And they've done it with different partners, these two, and now they're doing it together as well. Already medals this season, and hoping for one at the World Championships. They're 3 points away from winning their first match here. Make it 2 points as Pedro dinks that one over the top of Mohamed Naceur. Plenty for the Tunisian fans to be proud of. They kept up with this high-quality Brazilian pair for the first half of the first set. It is the first time this millennium that Tunisia have had players competing in a World Tour event. The last time was way back in 1998, the 37th seed coming into this tournament. And they have lost their first match to Brazil, who absolutely dominated from the middle of the first set onwards. Pedro and Evandro, the second-ranked team on the FIVB World Tour, take this one 21-11, 21-9, the shortest of the evening matches here in Rotterdam on day one. And they will be very happy with their performance. An absolute stroll for them against the Tunisian pair, making an historic first ever appearance at the World Championships. They were always going to be strong favourites, and they have got off to a winning start. One of the other teams in this men's competition who will be looking to challenge for a place on the podium. They have learned just how tough it is at these Beach Volleyball World Championships, and they will look to come back and win one of their two remaining matches. It's been a wonderful day, and some wonderful action on court in a beautiful setting. And Pedro and Evandro have put the exclamation mark on the day's action with the most emphatic win of all. They certainly look a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about that. They will have to wait for their first big test, but a superb performance in the shadow of the SS Rotterdam. This is how they've done it. A straight sets victory, dominating on serve, and a few more errors from the Tunisian pair as well. We can get some reaction from the winners, Pedro and Evandro.
Great win, guys. It was a bit of a slow start in the first set.
Well, I think we are for more than a week not playing, so it took a little bit time, to get the rhythm back. That's why.
Evandro tried to get the support of the crowd. How important is the support of the fans?
Okay. Well, for us it's really important because we are a very emotion team. You know, we need this. We don't know how to play in a cold way. We don't know how to play when we are not talking, when we are not celebrating points, when we do not have fans in our side or against us. You know, it's very, very nice for us when we have a lot of people supporting us or not.
So what do you want to say to the fans coming tomorrow?
Well, I hope you guys can come because we really need you guys. Anyway, well, thank you for today. Today was such a great day for us, such a nice start, and I would like to thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
A Brazilian battering in Tunisia's first ever World Championships match. It is Pedro and Evandro of Brazil who get off to a winning start. Goodbye from Rotterdam on day one.